What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's enjoying your Victory Monday. I sure as hell am. I live on the Jersey Shore, and a lot of Eagle fans are around here, and I actually work at a couple too, and train with a couple, so it's a lot of fun, man. I'm enjoying every second of this. So after a big win, you like to see the day after. What's the reactions on social media? What are people saying? And there was a time today where it seemed like the Jets are getting more credit from people that weren't fans of the team as opposed to fans of the team, as there was complaining and this and that and feeling bad about this and not happy about that. At some point, you just got to be happy and enjoy a friggin' victory, man. The Jets are 3-3 going into the bye. And if we're being honest, when we're doing the season preview, we're like, even with Aaron Rodgers, like, yeah, this first 6 games is going to be tough. If you could be 4-2, 3-3, you're golden, and then make a run afterwards. They did it with Zach Wilson, right? Even when you're down 1-3, after the Patriot loss, we're pissed off. You have all this emotion, like, what is this team? We don't know what they are. Are they going to bounce back? Is this a lost season? All these things are going wrong. They go out and beat the Broncos where you're like, you know what? It's a good win, but a bad team. But, we've learned on any given Sunday, anything can happen. They win that. They go into yesterday as an underdog where everybody, I did a game preview. I was like, listen, on paper, especially with Sauce and DJ Reed out, I can't see the Jets win this game. I don't know how they keep it close with that Philadelphia offense. And then, it's just the matchups seem bad. And everybody we did score predictions, nobody's picking the Jets. Everybody was like, listen, man, I was getting text messages like, bro, they're going to get killed today. I don't want to go to the game. I barely want to watch it. All this stuff. This team scratched and clawed and had a huge win yesterday against one of the team that's considered one of the best teams in football. And it's just you got to look back and be like, wow, look at what they're accomplishing. Look at all the good things that are happening with this team right now. On both sides of the ball, 3 facets of the ball, even special teams, and it gives you hope. It gives you you know what? This team can make a run at a playoff spot, and you're not going to get people looking at you like, bro, you're crazy. It's just true. And, for as much as we criticize teams when they lose, or players or coaches, you got to give them credit when they win, and you got to give Coach Saleh, first and foremost, a lot of credit for believing in his team, believing in himself, believing in his system and his quarterback and everything else, while everybody else was doubting him. So defensively, going into the season, everybody's like, yo, what's up with Ulbrich? Last year they were like, oh, is Ulbrich's defense legit? Now it's like people talking about him being a head coach candidate. Ulbrich's scheme and the way they're making adjustments. They've only given up 1 touchdown in the second half all season. They're making adjustments. They get aggressive when they have to. A lot of our complaints where they don't blitz, they're blitzing in big spots. And then they have plug and play players where it's like, DJ Reed and Sauce are out. You have Tay Hayes and Craig James and Bryce Hall. These guys are stepping up and contributing right away. And that's coaching, man. That's coaching, that's system, that's preparation. So if you want to criticize for certain things like the Dallas game, you got to give them a lot of credit for this game, because this is an enormous game yesterday. Defensively, they're flying around, and then you see guys emerging. And one of the things you always say is, are the players getting better underneath their coach? Who are they developing? You look at Bryce Huff, who should get a new contract. He is definitely emerging as a great all-around, great pass rusher, but a great player. Quincy Williams playing at almost an all-pro level. You have Quinton Williams still doing great things. John Franklin Myers, C.J. Mosley's playing very well. You have all these guys. Tony Adams, a guy none of us really believed in or didn't know who he was. And when Jason Pinnock left, we were he made a big mistake. Tony Adams now emerging, big interception yesterday. There's so many of these pieces that are coming out. You're like, this is incredible. It's hard to not be excited. And when DJ Reed talked about the 85 Bears, we mocked them like, oh, you guys aren't that. You guys can't do this. You guys can't do that. And week in and week out, they are showing us what they can really do against some of the best quarterbacks in football. So when Saleh said what he said yesterday about embarrassing quarterbacks, look at what they've been doing. And statistically, the Cleveland Browns could be a lot better. But watching this team up close and personal, this is probably one of the best Jets defenses I've ever seen. And you got to give them credit, man. So, and then offense. It's like right now the offense is struggling in the red zone. But the other thing is we tend to forget, and I'm a Zach Wilson critic, man, is that he's learning a new offense, real time, and trying to, under a lot of situations where he's earning the respect of his teammates, he's just fixing his fundamentals, learning the offense. And it's and he's showing improvement. It's not perfect. It's not pretty. His footwork is better. His accuracy is improving. His game management slowly but surely is getting better. And the best thing is, in years past, say last year, They were winning games in spite of him, right? Like the running game, the defense was literally carrying him. He's now becoming a contributor where he's now part of the equation, where he is helping you make plays to do better things, and they're winning games while doing that. Like I coach fighters, and when sometimes when fighters win fights, they don't do their best. I'm like, there's nothing better than winning and learning at the same time, and that's what the Jets are doing. And it's early in the season. Like even with Aaron Rodgers, we're like, you know what, the offense is going to probably start out slow, and as the season progresses, it's going to be able to open up and do better. Obviously, the passing will be at a higher level than it is now, but that's the same thing with Zach. You figure he's gotten through this. He's gotten through these defenses, this pressure, all the adversity, and now he gets the bye week to just reset. They can figure out what he's good at, what he's not good at, what he has to work on. Aaron Rodgers is there helping him, which is huge. Having that resource there to keep him in check. And then the offense is going to get better. They're going to be able to open things up. You look at the offensive line. Mekhi Becton, who's been a question mark, goes to the left tackle, and he's playing very well. You look at yesterday where Joe Tippmann, who was playing very well, Schweitzer comes in, starts out terribly. You're like, oh my goodness. He picks it up. It's like next man up. Like they're losing pieces and they're adjusting. I guess it's a good sign of their depth, their coaching, but it's just like they're all picking up the slack here. Wide receiver position, Garrett Wilson, obviously, we know who he is, but you have Lazard, who had an up and down day, but a big spot, he makes the catch. The tight ends, you see Jeremy Ruckert slowly but surely emerging. The offense is going to keep growing, and it's exciting. They're finding different ways to get Breece Hall involved, where it's like, all right, if they're going to sell it to stop the run, we'll get him involved in the passing game. So, and then special teams, you have like Justin Hardy's out yesterday. Irv Charles steps up. He becomes a weapon. Zerline's a great kicker. More stat with his stuff. Like, this team is doing so many good things that you gotta give them credit and be excited as a Jet fan. And your expectation has to rise. Like, you know what? You're 3-3. You want to get to that 9 or 10 win mark and make the playoffs. And then instead of with the trade deadline October 31st, the Jets should be buyers. Hey, you know what? Let's get some receiving help. Everybody wants to ship out Lawson and ship out Hardman and all this stuff. Well, I get that. I'm more worried about what are you bringing back to help this team win football games. You're going to need offensive line help. I would do that. So, I don't know, man. I'm excited, and you got to give this team, you got to give Saleh and this staff and this team, they are resilient. They battle adversity. And the other thing, too, is they're down double digits in these games, and this team refuses to give up. They believe in one another. Another guy I mentioned, too, is Jermaine Johnson. Another guy just emerging, becoming better. And they believe in one another, and you can see the camaraderie. Another guy, Michael Carter, and the slot corner. I'm too excited, man. But you see all this stuff. You see the camaraderie. You see how close-knit this group is, where they really embrace the us against the world, especially when Aaron Rodgers went down, when everybody doubted him. I doubted him. A lot of fans did. Like, you know what? This season's over. They can't win with Zach Wilson. And slowly but surely, they're proving us wrong. And it's awesome, because football is going to be fun to watch. Like, you can't wait for the Giant game now. So, that's kind of it, my little rant. I'm excited, man. If you're a Jet fan, if you're not fired up right now and looking forward to 2 weeks and to the rest of the season, I don't know what to tell you.